As Rama and Lakshmana were walking through the forest searching for the Princess Sita, they met a friend, Hanuman. Hanuman, one of the most prolific and much loved gods in Hinduism, who takes the form of the great and powerful monkey, stood before Rama and explained that he had heard that Sita had been taken by Ravana, the 10-headed demon king. Hanuman wanted to help in any way that he could. You see, Hanuman was gifted with many powers. He could grow as tall as the highest mountain or as small as the tiniest ant. He could leap from one side of the world to the other. He was as strong as 1,000 men, and he could see beyond even the furthest oceans. Hanuman explained that he would leap over the ocean to Lanka, where Ravana, the demon king, lived, and he would try to see if Sita was there. Now, before Hanuman went, Rama came and took his hand and placed something inside. He said, "When you see Sita, please give this to her. She will know it's from me, and she will know I am coming." Hanuman nodded. He came to the edge of the ocean and leapt to the kingdom of Lanka. When he arrived, he searched high and low through all of the streets and the alleyways and the lanes to try to find where the princess was. He finally arrived at Ravana's palace. He climbed up on one of the many walls and looked down into the Ashokvanam, the garden of the palace. He saw that in this garden there were many Rakshasa demons, crawling on their bellies, some with long snakes for hair, some with many arms with clawed fingers. Some were flying over the walls, while others were burying themselves in the ground. As Hanuman looked around, he saw in the middle of the Ashokvanam, the garden, that there was a tree, and underneath which he saw Sita. Now, Hanuman had never seen Sita before, but from what Rama had told him, he knew that this was her. But when he looked down at the princess, he didn't feel happy that he'd found her. He didn't feel relieved. He felt great sadness, because seeing her there with all of these demons crawling around her, teasing and taunting her with every breath, it looked as if the most beautiful flower had been crushed in the cruelest of hands. Now, Hanuman watched as all of the demons soon went to sleep. He then climbed down the wall and very carefully walked over to Sita. And he whispered, "Princess Sita, Princess Sita." When she looked up and saw him, she was terrified. She backed away. She said, I don't know who you are. Please leave me alone. Please, please." He tried to explain that he was friends with Rama, but Sita didn't believe him. She raised the edge of her sari and covered her face. He then said, "Sita, I have this." And he reached out his hand. When she looked and she saw what he had, her heart melted, because there in the palm of Hanuman's hand was the ring belonging to Sita's husband, Rama. When she lifted it up and she looked at him, she held it to her heart and she said, "You are a friend." Hanuman explained that Rama and Lakshmana were on their way to find her, and that Sita should keep this ring close to her heart. When she felt pain, when she was scared, when she started to lose faith, just hold the ring and think of Rama, and she will be okay. As Hanuman was about to leave, Sita took one of the hairpins from her hair and gave it to Hanuman, and asked that he would give that to Rama. As Hanuman began to climb up the walls of the garden and was preparing to leap back to meet Rama and Lakshmana, one of the Rakshasa demons woke up. She opened one of her large black eyes and she saw the tail of the monkey god Hanuman moving up the wall. She said, "Oh, something to play with." She crept forward, she held onto the tip of the tail, she counted to 3, 1, 2, 3, and boom! She pulled him back into the garden. Within seconds, all of the demons had woken up. They pounced upon Hanuman and dragged him into the palace, throwing him at the feet of Ravana, the demon king. "Who are you? And why are you here in my kingdom of Lanka?" "I am a friend of Rama, and we are here to take Sita home." "Guards!" 2 of Ravana's guards came and stood by Hanuman. Ravana said 3 words: "Burn his tail." They took the tip of Hanuman's tail, they dipped it in oil, they took a flame, and they watched as the flames began to dance on the end of Hanuman's tail. Ravana laughed. "Ha ha ha! Let's see if you can save Sita now." Hanuman wasn't afraid. He looked at his tail and he shrugged. And then, conjuring up one of his many magical powers, he made his tail grow longer and longer and longer and longer and longer. So it snaked its way over the palace floors, up the walls and out into the kingdom, spreading the flames on the fire to every single building, on every tree, on every road, so that soon this long snaking tail had set fire to the whole of the kingdom. As people began to scream, as smoke billowed through the windows, Hanuman smiled. He looked up at Ravana and said, "We will be back. And when we are taking Sita home." With that, he stood up, he walked to the window, and he leapt into the air, his long tail burning in the sky as the kingdom of Lanka was engulfed into flames.